ladies and gents, just the last 10 minutes then, if you can start to make sure your feedback forms are filled out, and then in 10 minutes we'll commence the feedback session. Thank you. Just last couple of minutes, and then we'll start the feedback session with table 1, if they're ready. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm taking for
Is it table number 4, I think?
Yeah.
Okay. So, top 3 ideas, top 3 concerns from each group. Gentleman from table number 4.
Hello everybody, my name is Gary Histon. I live in Histon Road. I'm an engineer, so fairly qualified. Top 3 design ideas, keeping it fairly simple and short. We don't believe there's a need for a bus lane on Histon Road. It's not needed or worthwhile. It's only going to save 3 minutes if it was a complete southbound one, and now it's split. We could use smart ticketing integrated across all carriers. Multiple doors on buses was another idea. Another idea we had was to, rather than have a bus lane, was to have an improved cycle lane that protects people from the traffic with a green like trees, just to give it a bit of separation. Not like the current Hills Road and Huntington Road scheme, where the traffic is quite close to the cycles are quite close to the traffic. So you need as much greenery as possible. Number 2, we think the main issue is the phasing of the traffic lights. Phasing of the traffic lights down at the Huntington Road end of Histon Road and at King's Hedges Road just doesn't work at the moment. You get traffic blocking the way, you get lights green with the next lights red. It needs looking at seriously. Going on to number 3, we think a roundabout at King's Hedges Junction would be a better idea, and we suggest, rather than having the arrangement of a staggered junction for the new Darwin Green development, it should be directly opposite King's Hedges Road. Roundabouts make the traffic flow better. Putting traffic lights on roundabouts, in my view, is nonsense. It's just a waste of electricity. So our top 3 design concerns, we say no bus lanes. 2, we said tighter radii at junctions. They're difficult to negotiate for motorists and for cyclists on both. If you go around a tight radii junction on a bike, you actually have to steer it. You have to move your handlebars, you're in danger of falling off. So I think that's a nonsense idea. And we put no traffic lights, and we'd rather see roundabouts as number 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You just make sure that anything you've got any comments on that table is labelled at table 4, just so we can think that all back together. That's great. Team, any particular tables ready, or we'll go to table 1? If that's all right. Table 1. Thank you. Oh, you're 3. Okay, table number 3 then. Let's go backwards. Reverse order, yeah.
We divided it according to all the things we're supposed to talk about, starting with no bus lanes, of course, where we agree with everybody. As to crossings, we went for rapid response or zebras, and we need a wider crossing at Hazelwood Road and an additional crossing between Roseford Road and Carisbrooke Road, because it's too long for people to walk between the existing crossings. Cycling, we said to remove the advanced stops which aren't used and tend to block traffic. We wanted level cycle paths, which was discussed in previous meetings. And again, we wanted to reiterate that we should introduce cycle lanes behind the estates so that a lot of the bicycle traffic gets removed from Histon Road in the first place. They're connected up. On the junctions, we wanted smooth curves, again, not 90 degrees because they're dangerous, with local level crossing for pedestrians and cyclists so that you smooth it out, and to use a textured surface to indicate that there's a roadway there, so for the disabled or partially sighted. Landscaping, of course, keep the existing trees, so no new landscaping is required. Street furniture, again, the new lights have been installed, so keep them, and we don't need new street furniture, which would be expensive. We're very concerned in terms of design concerns and faults with the dual direction cycle path near Darwin Green, where there's no provision for the half of the dual direction. The one that's going in the wrong direction is, because it's cut off, so that you have to get across too much traffic. So that should be removed, and should be a single direction cycle lane. The bus stops should not be floating or in any way designed so that the cycles ride between the footpath and the buses. We need also the proper timing of the lights. We need feedback from Hills Road and Huntington Road so that the same mistakes aren't made again. And we were also concerned that if the roadway is too narrow, emergency vehicles have trouble getting through, and felt that the roadways should be wide enough so that if a bus is pulled over, an emergency ambulance can get through, and that in the design at the moment is too difficult, or people have to go up onto the cycle lanes, and so it's a dangerous situation.
Thank you very much. If I could just take a feedback form from you. Okay. Again, if you can just make sure everything's labelled at table 3, that'd be great. So, table number 2, please. You don't want a feedback? Okay, that's up to you. Table number 1. Thank you. If we can just make sure we're not getting some of these mixed up in terms of. Do you mind taking that lot back for table 2, just so we can. Or we'll collect it at the end if that's easier. Yeah. If I can.
To do this very systematically. We were looking at bus stops, and so we looked at Borrowdale and the grass area, and we thought that for one bus stop, if it were possible, that the pedestrian and the cycle routes could actually go into the grass area, and then the bus would have a lay-by. That's the one place you could do that. It's also the place that seemed to be best to have street furniture, make a little park or something. I'm not sure. It seems to me it's just grass. I'm not sure if I remember you correctly.
It is grass, but there is a fence that's...
Yeah, but it's nothing like a playground or anything.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so that could be a local focus, and would actually make a decent bus stop for once. I mean, it's hard to do that anywhere else. Along Badminton, the backs of Badminton Close houses here, where there are all those trees, we said, wherever possible, keep the old tree and widen out the pavement or the cycle route slightly so that the tree is in between the pedestrian area and the cycle route. Because once you have old trees and they're already sorted out with the surfaces and everything, they may have roots into the drains or whatever, but at least they work and they give shade. If you take them all out because they're in slightly the wrong place and then put new trees in, they're going to get into the drains. You won't have any shade for 20 years, and I just can't see any reason to take out 55 trees when you can work around if you get rid of the bus lanes. That's our first priority, is no bus lane. That gives us 3 meters to play with, and you can then work around the trees. Oh yes, where we get side roads, in style, what? And
It's
all
gonna-
style. Okay, right, so Copenhagen style, where's that Copenhagen style? Okay, so this is Matthew's, that's not Copenhagen style. Oh, okay. Where's Matthew? Where is it? Yeah. The Copenhagen style, don't you mean that? I thought it was Dutch, but anyway, whatever you mean is separate. The pink is the, that's Main Street. Yeah, right, but I'm just saying generally.
Cycle lanes protected by trees.
Yeah, so the gray here is the pedestrians. And then you have a tree between the gray and
No, between the cycle lane
yes,
and the motorized.
sorry, gray and the cycle lanes are paired, and then there's verges with trees between the cycle pedestrians and the roadway. That's up at King's Head where there's some room to do some replanting. And at the crossing, the side street crossings, we want the priority very clear for anyone crossing over the cars coming out of the turn.
That's
Yes, I think the crossing of Ardale, going back to that, where the park is, obviously you've got to locate the crossing to work. If you take the bus stop out of the park space, then the crossing is going to have to be positioned to work with that. At the moment, the crossing comes right on the park, and it makes it impossible to have the bus on there. So it would need to be whatever the recommended distance is either side of it. And the request from Histon Road Association is that should be a two-pin crossing, which is cycling and pedestrian. Oh, yes, that rain garden issue is also around Cariswood Road. There's high water issue. We want to ask the buses to be easier for handicapped people to board, so that the carriage is lower on the buses than it has a dropped ramp that makes it very easy for a wheelchair or pushchairs or anything to get. King's Head Junction, oh no, that's it. King's Head Junction. This is Matthew Danish's design, and we endorse that, showing segregated cycle and pedestrian lanes. And so that will submit that. And then this is just from table one again, save the listed trees and rows of trees and verges on Histon Road, and work around them. If you take the bus route out, you can do that. Anything else?
okay, thank you very much. Yeah, if you take back to the table, it's probably easier, and then we can put it all into a pack.
One more thing to say, which is that I have at least looked at the floating bus stop in Huntington Road, and it's huge, but I don't see how the bus is going to get over to the people with the cycle route in any other way. So if someone's got an idea, let's hear it. But how else can you do it?
There's an existing bus lane by top Histon Road, where the cycle road goes by. It works quite well.
But they pulled off. They've got a very wide pavement.
You go on the offside of the bus, and then the bus driver has a responsibility before he pulls out into any traffic come down.
Yeah, so that's the buses. You're cycling. You watch the bus goes in. You go around it.
Yeah.
And the bus wants to get out. He watches and comes out across the cycle.
Works perfectly well.
Yeah.
In the standards in the UK.
Yeah, that's the standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said it works fine, but it's, you're starting off on your right, trying to get around the bus, and he's decided that's the time to pull out. It's not brilliant.
A floating bus idea, which is, I think, believed in Holland. Holland has different rules of road. They have different highway codes.
Yeah.
You've got to remember that in other countries, their rules of road are totally different. So these ideas might not necessarily work in this country. For example, in most European countries, where they have tramways, the tram runs down to the road. If the tram stops, traffic has to stop and let the people onto the tram. You have a similar thing happens in the States with school buses.
Huntington Road, when the bus stops at the island, all the traffic stops.
Yeah.
The bus moves on again. But the cyclists go through.
Yeah.
So that's why it's been done. And I think that's a reasonable solution.
But cyclists would have gone round anyway.
They would have gone around the outside.
Yes, they could.
So
Yes, so you just have clear piles of, that's fine if you want to leave that there. Clear piles of your feedback on tables, and we'll make sure we cut those up and labels so we can attribute it to the right feedback forms. That'd be great. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. Next week, I believe, is an LLF feedback session.
Yeah, so I was just to say, we'll be here again next Monday, but starting at 6 o'clock for the actual local liaison forum we'll be meeting, and I hope all members and cooperative members will be there, and hopefully plenty of people out in the audience as well. It will be a public meeting open to everybody. Right? Anyway, we'll sort that out. Anyway, so 6 o'clock here next Monday, okay? And thank you very much for coming.